They will regret opposing me.
Ambessa? That sounds kind of rough, but let's play it. We'll see how it feels. Do I go precision or do I go biscuits? Kind of like biscuit approach, because approach velocity against the champion seems quite nice, if you ask me. I'm gonna go double health or adaptive. I think I like adaptive. I could also do double adaptive and skill Q for the first few levels. Not necessary, I think. I'll just go attack speed and maxi and go tank Cho'Gath. I think rushing tier 2 shoes and having approach might make it a lot more playable. I think if I silence her on her W and just run away, that could be pretty good. Let's have an investigation here. Is W max ever viable into Ambessa? Sounds fine. But the problem with W max is, I think if you don't buy mana, you can't do it because it costs too much mana. And I'm not sure if I want to buy mana early. Like, can I get away with buying a tier early if I max W? Not really, because I need to max Q to get away with it. So you'd have to like 3-point skew into max W, and I think that's fine probably. So you could do that with tier. I think that would be okay, but I think you just beat her, honestly. I think you just beat the shit out of her with maxi. Unironically, I think if you just silence her and then start fucking whacking her with E, you do so much damage. Like, Cho'Gath fucks. This champion deals the most. Who do you think will be the other top 2 stream next year outside of you guys and TL going off rumored rosters? I have no idea. And quite frankly, I couldn't care less. I genuinely don't care. I'll be honest with you, like, I don't care about my competition. I'm always looking inwards. It's very rare that I've played in LEC and LCS that, like, looking at the competition is worth your while. I mean, to be honest with you, even when you're going internationally, looking at your competition is not that valuable, because why the fuck are you trying to be someone else, you know? Like, just look at your own players, what they're good at, and play that shit. I don't know, that's what I believe in. That's why, like, I don't really care about what other teams do or what they play. Obviously, if we have gameplay issues and there's a need to learn how to play the game on a competitive level, because our decision making is poor, I think that is fair. Then you can use other teams to, like, you know, help you learn how to play the game a bit better. But I think for the most part, it's pretty useless. Like, learning from individual movements in a team game and seeing how the team as a whole, like, cohesively plays, like, that can help for sure. Don't misunderstand me. Like, that's good. That's, for example, we watched a lot of Gen G to learn that as a team, and that's really, really powerful. But my point is, it's very rare that a team in LCS is good enough to do that. Probably don't want to short trade with her before the wave gets here, to be honest with you. I'm really happy she didn't go Grasp. I feel like she goes Grasp Ignite. I am struggling. I mean, low-key, I do want to trade with her, I think, before the wave is here. I just, like, her cooldowns are so long that I feel like I can just play for push. Now her cooldowns are really high, so I just play for push, and it's kind of chill, I think. Diego is doing Raptor start, so he can do 3 camps in a gank top, though, so maybe I should let her push because of that. He's not spacing his Qs properly, which is nice for me. I'll use my ward here, and then I'll just crash 2 waves, I think, and I'll just play safe. I think that's going to be my solution to the situation with Viego. Well, if you dash into me, I will own you. That's the last trade I can do before Viego is potentially going to be top, so now I just play on Rupture max range and wait until he reveals himself somewhere. And if he doesn't, that's okay. Then I'm not farming and he's not farming. I walked up because I have a, like, if he's still here, then he's super inefficient and I could flash out most likely, I think. But yeah, her cooldown seemed really high early game, so I'm actually getting the push on her, which is making it rather comfortable. I had a feeling this champion could be good into her due to her really high cooldowns early game, which means that he can just relentlessly push her in. And that's like a really valuable trait Cho'Gath has. The reason why Cho'Gath, another reason... Oh. Okay, we're good. Another reason why Cho'Gath is very good into her, and I've already mentioned this if you've watched me talk about Ambessa or play her. Ambessa's a resourceless champion. Basically, she has energy, so her resources are negative. That means she can easily run a lot of champions that are resource-based. And as a result, I believe that you kind of need a champion that is also resourceless, because otherwise you're going to have to take a bad base before she does. And that's just the way it goes. Like, you see what I mean? Like, she's just spamming spells, you know? I ain't got that much juice in me compared to her. So, a champion like Cho'Gath that is like really good mana sustain built in is actually quite excellent. I don't think I can crash this wave 1v1 like that easily. I'll try, but it's not easy. I'm gonna hit level 5 here, so she's gonna walk into Rengar and get free killed. Sucks to be her. She's probably pretty sad about that one. I would be. Does this one-shot the wave? No, it doesn't. Damn. I was thinking maybe I could do 2 points Q and one-shot the wave, but it's only with Doran's Ring that you can do that. I'm not that OP. I'm just gonna, like, roar it and get the XP. Oink. Alright. Well, I hit my check mark, which is these boots. I think these boots are OP as fuck in Cho'Gath. Fortunately, my jungler is very good at the game. Always max E? No, only in certain matchups. Max Q is usually... Like, max Q or W has its places, but... it's matchup dependent. Rupture you max when you can interact with your opponent. E you max if you can interact with your opponent and beat them and push them in. And... you max W when you can push your opponent in by hitting them and the minion wave. Now, there's a specific few amount of champions that you can do this to, and I can list some of them, but the TLDR is that they're mostly mages. Get owned. Holy, Cho'Gath going hard. They're mostly mages, so Kennen, Vladimir. I like running it against those champions because I'm gonna run her down here because I have tier 2 shoes and approach. Nom 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 nom. Absolutely feasted. So yeah, the idea is basically that you max W in matchups like that, because the way they play the game is if they play outside of the minion wave, it's really hard for you to use Rupture to push. But the way you can angle Cho'Gath's W, you can harass them and push the wave simultaneously. So that's why I prefer that against specific mage champions. My CSing could be improved, but that's life. What Ambessa tastes like? Oh, I need a recall here, but I'm gonna run straight to the... I'm gonna run straight to the objective. I don't know, it tasted like... I'm not even gonna speak, bro. I don't even know what to say. Like, I don't know. I can show you my runes. So approach velocity, as you saw when I rushed tier 2 shoes. She's not a champion that wants to rush boots. She really likes to rush items. So even though she has boots tier 1, if she rushes boots tier 2, I think it's going to significantly hurt her chances of killing me, in which case I will just in peace outscale her. Or, well, maybe not outscale her, but I'll be stronger than her for the majority of the early and mid game after the first purchase. And then, if she doesn't, then approach will help me catch up to her and absolutely own her. I know you want a passive proc. Me too. I want that grass proc. Nice, another grass proc. Boom, E. My ACD is pretty low. Oh, she missed her thingy there. She missed her Q, so she doesn't get a... She doesn't get an extra thingamajig. She doesn't get an extra dash, because if you miss Q, you just, it just doesn't give you the second dash, so... Honestly, so far, it feels pretty good, but I think if she plays Grasp and contests me early game, it for sure is a better matchup for her. I think she made a big mistake skilling Q and playing Conqueror in this matchup. I think if she plays Doran's Blade with Grasp and just fights me, I mean, maybe she can go Doran's Shield even, but I don't think you can just let Cho'Gath push you in and do what I'm doing to him. He has Flash. He has... So, keep that in mind. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here, honestly. He should expect something. If he can hit the bolo, then I can go. Nice, excellent. I don't have mana for anything else, so I can just tank the tower a bit. Yeah, I can just tank. I'm tanky enough that I won't die, even if shields me. Alright, excellent. I'm gonna play that really well. The bolo was huge. She is flashing ult, so her game's pretty much over. Honestly, usually I wouldn't be too excited about ganks like that. I don't have mana to help him, unfortunately, so I'm just going to have to cut the losses here. The reason why I'm not a huge fan of a gank like that is because I'm winning top already so hard. I mean, obviously, like, he didn't need to die. I have to actually recall further away. If he walks on me, it'll be bad. So the reason why I don't like that gank too much is, like, I'm already profiting so much 1v1. I don't need extra help, and he can use his tempo to just keep farming and getting further ahead. Obviously, if he gets the kill and he's happy with that, then, you know, that's up to him. But, yeah, I just wanted to share why I wasn't too excited to see him gank there, because at the end of the day, that kill didn't do shit for me. It's just another kill. Like, it's another assist, and, whatchamacallit, denying 6 more CS, but her game's over. I already denied her so much. Like, she can't play the game against me 1v1, as you see. Like, I'm just running a turn, pressing E. Heartsteel, since you're this ahead, I think Heartsteel is a terrible item on Cho'Gath. Okay, it's not a terrible item on Cho'Gath, but it's just too greedy. It doesn't provide you with anything. It makes you better at something you're already great at, and I'm not a big believer in doing that. With these older champions like Cho'Gath, if you're buying an item that just makes you better at something that you're already great at, the problem with that is you end up being too squishy. Now, Sunfire Cape technically does make you better at something you're great at, which is running at people and, like, dogging them down, but it gives you resistances, which is really the big hallmark here. Resistances are so important to scale Cho'Gath's stats. I don't think it's negotiable. You can argue that this is not the best item, but I have come to try Cho'Gath many games, actually, this year, to play him in competitive, because I'm a big Cho'Gath enjoyer. I really love the champion. And I came to the conclusion that he's unplayable without resistances. You just die. I've tried Warmog's Rush. I've tried everything. Oh, I missed my silence, but that was going to be a quick one-shot and a full tower, so well played. I definitely want to give Rengar the gold here. I'm already so far ahead that Rengar should enjoy the tower here with me. Very nice. Nice. Excellent. And I'm going to go ahead and walk into the jungle with him here, because I don't need to recall quickly. I don't have any, like, tempo I need to manage. So I'm just going to go investigate the Raptors here and just make sure Rengar can steal them if they're up. Yep, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm just going to press S here. I'm even going to leash the Raptors, because, again, I'm jobless right now. By the time I need to go back top lane, it's going to be a while. I could push that wave in deep, but I want to make sure that if Viego is here, that Rengar can play topside, or play to hit enemy topside as freely as he'd like. That's why I moved all the way down. Kind of just to reward Rengar for coming to help me. Boom. And then I can just walk up, crash the wave, and I don't really mind whatever happens here. Used all her dashes to try and freeze the wave, so I'm just going to crash it and then move towards the grubs. I can feast one of the grubs here as well. And again, I don't recall, because like I mentioned, I'm already so strong. I don't really need help. I don't need any tempo to beat her. I'll eat one of them. I'll eat this one. Excellent. I want the feast stack because, well, it's just permanent stack, so it's really good. I need to eat this plant, and then I can TP bot lane. I needed some extra mana. Also, I bought a mana crystal because it's just a nice item. Like, it just helps you. Hello there. How are you doing? Hit me. Cho'Gath. Excellent bait. I'm just waiting and seeing what she's doing. If my Corki was in risk of dying, I'd obviously throw the Rupture in front of her, but he needed 2 more autos even if barrier didn't come through, so I was pretty confident. I'm going to just wave clear this and then recall. This is just a really important pivotal moment in the game where they're diving bot lane, and given how boom topside is for them, because enemy Ambessa has been getting absolutely owned, there was no need to do anything, so I kind of gave you a glimpse of what I meant with Qing the wave, or Wing the wave. If I wanted to, I could have W'd her and the wave, but I chose not to. So you understand what I mean with, like, you max W against mages, because you can angle your W to hit, like, half of the wave and the control mage that's hitting you, or, like, the mage that's hitting you. I'm going to go Frozen Heart definitely this game, because I'm playing against Jinx, Viego, and Ambessa. Armor is good against her, so I'm just going to go ahead and grab it. Also, max HP damage on her kit, so it's, like, not bad, I think, to grab just armor and not HP, but it doesn't really matter. I'll have a huge health pool. But yeah, I was mentioning my testing with Cho'Gath has led me to the conclusion that going Warmogs or Heartsteel's too greedy, and I know it really sucks, but I noticed that I would get one shot in CC when I built these items in a competitive game. So I don't build them. Are they fine in solo queue when you get really fed? Absolutely. I mean, this game, for example, I'll get fed enough that I can build wherever I want and be really strong. This guy doesn't deal damage to me, so I kind of want to kill his cow, because his cow doesn't have ult, so I think I can kill him. And I can just walk it off. This guy doesn't deal damage to me. And I'm going to maintain push here. Because, you know, her peanut shooter don't really do shit to me. I'm gonna go ahead and walk up here. If she contests me, I can maybe squeeze a Rupture in and kill her, but looks like I can't. Help out with my jungler. Even when I'm not duo queue, I mean, obviously when I'm in solo queue, I try to help when I have tempo, but especially when I'm duo queue or I'm playing a competitive game, I'll use a lot of my tempo to help my junglers. I really value it. It's a great way to play the game. You can combo me, I don't mind. AD carry in 2024? I mean, this has been the case since the inception of the game. I mean, you know, I could play an AD carry and build Sunfire Cape Warden's Mill, and I would face tank 70 autos before I die. That's just the way the game works. He doesn't have enough AD to break through my champion. It's just the way it works. It's nothing to do with the AD carry balance. I'm just playing a tank, and I'm strong. Last game, I was playing a very tanky champion, and I got one-shot by Isaiah, and you know what I mean? Like, this is how AD carry works. If you can afford items, you deal damage. If you can't, then you're useless. It's the way the game's been balanced for a very long time. Alright, let's feast a minion here. I've literally only had... I've only feasted champions. And one epic monster. That's kind of funny. That's usually a good sign for a Cho'Gath game. So the team is participating here, and I'm not participating in this play. And a very important thing you need to decide when you're, you know, you're playing the game, right? And you're strong in the game, and you don't want to throw. You need to decide which plays you want to participate in and which you don't. So in this case, I'm hovering here, but I don't really want to participate. I want to walk all the way here and play the game. TP comes in, and this changes my mind because, oh, I can do something if there's a TP and we're all fighting to the death. Certainly. But had there not been a TP, I wouldn't have been able to participate. My tempo would have been used better to push side and go somewhere else. Silence! Oh, they FF'd. Oh, I can't TP on the grub anymore? Since when? Boring. I didn't know you couldn't TP on grubs anymore. That's funny. Props to my bot lane. They held the fort really well.